ai siwezi kaka kwa nyumba yenye ina internet, ulipe pia internet. Yeah, we are not doing that, we are budgeting for it. And remember, hizi vitu zote za lifestyle, za luxury and all that, a new phone, you want to furnish your house, you want to buy your fridge, you want to stock up your fridge, these are things that you can actually save up. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of E-Podcast. We are turning wounds into wisdom. Mekwaje. It's been long. Guys, I'm sorry. I know I've been so inconsistent, but I'm working towards that one. I'm improving. Yeah. So, last episode we're talking about how to exit our lazy girl era, and we talked about a little bit like towards the end of the video we're talking about financial tips. So today I'm back again with money habits that we are living in April. We're done with the first quarter of the year, and then the remaining bit of the year, I feel like let's talk about money more, because in the last year we talked about more development, growth mindset and all that, but I feel like we've never talked about money like deeply in depth. So money habits that we are living in in the first quarter of 2024. Yeah. Number 1, impulse spending. Unaona vile unapitanga tau usiku alafu unaona kitu ya 2 so ya 3 so na kwa ngome budgetia, ama all of a sudden unaona kitu ina trend kwa mtandao, and in as much as you want to look good, you want to do those nails, unataka kwa nayo makeup, unataka kutengeneza hizo knotless, but you had not budgeted for that. So impulse buying and impulse spending is one of the things that we are living in the first quarter of 2024. Create a budget and stick to it. Resist the habit of wanting everything. If you do not need it, you don't want it. Exactly. Yeah, if you don't need it, you don't want it. Like, if you can live without it, you don't necessarily need it. Yeah, and number 2 is ignoring a budget. You remember in the last episode we said budgeting is telling your money where to go and what exactly to do. So kama ulikuwa umebudgetia your 30,000 salary, ama your 20,000 salary, ama your 50,000 salary, we're sticking to that budget. We're not ignoring it whatsoever, kwa sababu umesikia kuna mtu ana save na this particular app, ama anatumia this this investment scheme and all that, but you know very well that if at all you start ignoring your budget, ndio ufit in kwa that type of investment that you had not budgeted for. We're living that in the first quarter of 2024. Yeah. Establish a budget that accounts for all your needs. All your needs including M-Pesa transactions, sadaka, transport ya kwenda mali unaenda, ama pesa ya dine out na marafiki zako, ya kwenda place yenye unataka kwenda, even making your hair and your nails and buying yourself new pair of earrings and all that. We are budgeting for that. So in this remaining part of the year, we are not ignoring our budgets. Number 3 ni accumulating debt. Kwanza unaona hizi debt za kujaza nyumba. Ati sasa juu unaona single room yako ama bedsit yako ama one bedroom yako, unaona hauna couch, alafu hapo kwako kando kuna furniture shop mpya imenunuliwa, so una opt for lipa mdogo mdogo kwa sababu unataka your house ikae kama ya mtu mwenye uliona kwa social media. We are not doing that, we are budgeting for it. And remember, hizi vitu zote za lifestyle, za luxury and all that, a new phone, you want to furnish your house, you want to buy your fridge, you want to stock up your fridge, these are things that you can actually save up for. You do not necessarily need to accumulate a debt kununua kiti ama kununua chester bed or something. Yeah, so accumulating high interest debt, lipa mdogo mdogo, tunaacha. In this remaining part of the year, we are going clean. If we cannot afford it, if we cannot buy it, if we cannot pay for it twice, we cannot necessarily afford it, and we are not doing it. Yeah. Alafu number 4 is, nasikia na harakisha. Number 4 is not saving for the future. If you do not have a reason to save, just save. Just have money somewhere. You do not necessarily need a reason to save. Kuna kitabu inaitangwa The Psychology of Money. Sijui kama umeisoma, kama hujaisoma, I'll highly recommend you read that book. It says, even if you do not have a reason to save, just save. Kwa tunado. Alafu kuna kitu inaitwa sinking fund, kuna emergency fund, kuna investments that you have to think about. So tuseme kitu kama savings. Right now uko employed, uko 100% sure next month utakuwa na do. Okay, fine. Alafu pia month ingine bado unajua utakuwa na do. But what if in the third month usikie kazi imeisha? Utapack urudi kwenu na kurudi, I mean we leave home to change home. Kurudi home ni option, but at the same time it's something that we can maneuver. And the way you can only maneuver that is if you start thinking about your future. I keep saying that where you will sit in your old age shows exactly where you stood as a young person. So you'll basically sit under your shadow. So start by saving. Start by saving that 1,000 Kenya shillings. The money that umeenda shopping mahali alafu uchange kabaki. Save those coins. Plus money habits nilikuja kurealize if you cannot handle money kidogo yenye uko nayo wisely, hata ukipata hiyo mingi utawezana. So start by saving. You do not need a reason to save. Plus there are many ways of which you can save your money. Unaweza tumia SACCOs, unaweza tumia money market funds, unaweza tumia bank if you're comfortable with banking, of which that is not something that I would recommend. So yeah, just save up. Girls, stock up. Yeah. Alafu content imeisha. Alafu avoiding financial planning. This one, take the time to set financial goals, create a plan to achieve them, and regularly assess your progress. One of the things that I personally do, the moment I receive my money, my paycheck, is going for a money date. I go somewhere, notebook yangu na message yenye nime receive, like this amount of money has been credited to my account. Nenda kwanza nakaa chini, alafu now I start planning out my money. I go for a money date. First, I do this, first of all, number one, close up last month's budget. Maybe kuna last month nili overspend, ama nili underspend, najipata niko na excess money, ama najipata niko kwa deni, ama najipata completely sina deni but I'm completely broke. So mimi kwanza nakaa chini na assess my financial life ya last month, how nilitumia pesa yangu, kama nili meet all the desired goals that I want. Maybe if all my mandatory bills were cleared on time, maybe my financial goals nili stick to my plan of investing for my future, of course saving up. Alafu maybe kuna kitu yenye nilikuwa nataka ku award myself, maybe I did that or I did not do it. So nakanga chini there's just one day I sit down with my notebook, maybe a cup of coffee. Alafu I assess my financial situation before I start budgeting for the actual money that I have at the moment. I close up my last month's financial bid. Alafu tena sasa naanza ku budget for this month. First of all, unajua wezi tu anza tu mahali, we start small. That's what I'm saying. If you cannot handle your money, hiyo kidogo yenye ukane, kama uwezi tumia wisely, trust you me, hata ukipata hiyo mingi hautawezana juu utaona ni kama it's too much. And that is where again lifestyle creep comes in. Kwa sababu the moment you sit down and then you budget for it, you tell yourself, by this month I cannot do this because last month I did it, ikani disappoint ama ikani ramble or something. So this month if I use this method of spending my money, I'll end up maybe the same way, broke, in debt. Unapatanga date 15 imefika, uko tu na madeni left, right and center, and these are things that you can avoid. Maybe also you sit down and you assess your financial situation, collect. So if I continue doing my nails in this spa, inani cost a lot, ama if I continue doing my hairstyle this way, in as much as I want to look good and feel good and all that, remember also how you use your money affects your mental health. So there's no point date 15, date 16 nafika already uko broke, alafu that's just the half of the month. Remember, like, you need money to sustain you throughout mpaka month ishe teme utapata your paycheck. Alafu uko like you're so broke, uko already in debt, date 26 umekopa kila mahali, hapo ndio unaanza kututumia suicidal messages, and yet these are things that you can actually avoid. So yeah, you can avoid all that by have a financial plan, like have a solo date with you and your money and your notebook. Yeah. Alafu, these are the money habits we are picking from this remaining part of the year. Number one, we start on a no spend day or week. Maybe start by saying this week itself I'm not eating out. Hii wiki yote nakula home, najipikia food yangu. Nikiona kiatu tao viatu zenye niko nazo zimenitosha, I'm not buying more. Kwa sababu hivyo ndio you that is how you overcome the impulse buying you get. So start on a no spend day or week. Alafu number 2, do a frequent price comparison. I understand there is something like brand loyalty, but at the same time, in as much as that brand you're so loyal to it, them they're making money out of your own money, na wewe unaendapo kwa na hasara and you're being broke and all that. So start by comparing prices. Maybe hii supermarket wanakuanga na ni expensive, go to this other cheaper supermarket, ama bado unaweza opt kununua kwa wholesale shop ama a local shop, provided you already have that commodity that you want. Mali umenunua at some point does not matter, provided uko nayo. So develop a habit of comparing prices before actually making a purchase. And then this is something else that I think I'll also advise, use a cash only challenge. Kwa sababu the moment you use your mobile money, kuna transaction cost. Na transaction cost ni so expensive. Imagine, ndio unajua withdraw a lump sum of money ni cheaper kuliko every time kulipa na M-Pesa, for example. Kwa sababu tuseme unalipa kitu na M-Pesa alafu inakucost amount of money, especially inakucost kitu. So imagine itakuwa tu inakucost hivyo, of which hii yote ungetu withdraw ukwe tu unalipa na cash. I'm not saying you using M-Pesa is bad, but you actually have to budget for that transaction cost, of which if at all it's expensive for you, kwa sababu ukikaa chini uone pesa yenye unatumia for transactions only, unapatanga it's a lot of money, of which unge avoid all this unnecessary transaction cost na withdraw pesa once and for all. Yeah, maybe bado unaweza kuwa unatumia direct from bank to whatever place you're paying, bado kuna hiyo transaction cost, and honestly speaking it's a little bit expensive. I know we're in the digital era and all that, but girl, no, consider first of all your financial situation before you develop this lifestyle creep. And then kuna kitu inaitwa reverse budgeting. So reverse budgeting is start by setting aside a specific amount for savings financial goals. Okay, fine. You see, maybe you earn 30,000 na una budget for your money. So, but 50% of that money tunasemanga ni ya mandatory bills and all that, alafu 30% ni ya financial goals, alafu the 20% is for others. You can actually reverse it and start by 30%. Acha kwanza nijilipe juu. I know the moment if I do not save or I do not put money aside for my savings and all that, I feel like nitaenda overspend kwa my mandatory bills juu. The moment umelipa rent utasikia siwezi kaka kwa nyumba yenye ina internet, ulipe pia internet. Ukaeka kidogo sema siwezi kaa kwa nyumba iko na internet na sina Netflix account ama Showmax, ulipe Netflix and Showmax. Kidogo utapata umelipa vitu zenye ni unnecessary, alafu ukalive out stories za kusave. So reverse budgeting is also applicable in this case. You can start by saving, like you can start by allocating money for your financial goals, alafu tena uende kwa rent, alafu sasa hizi vitu zingine others ndio zikam after ushajilipa, alafu after ushalipa rent na memalizana na stories za landlord. Yeah. Aki, this video is so short mpaka nasikia vibaya. But anywho, that is all that I had for today. I'm sorry for the inconsistency. Follow me on my Instagram, vero.wambui, on my TikTok, vero.wambui. Yeah. Until next time, tell a friend to tell a friend. And yeah, kwaheri.